Good morning, everybody. This is Michelle Johns, and welcome to the Queer Quiet Corner. I'm excited about that. Really excited to create a space for people to feel loved and, you know, to talk about stuff. But anyway, so today's vlog is going to be about the fruit of self worth. Come on. This post was motivated by something I read earlier this morning from a young lady. And she's talked about being disappointed in relationships. She talked about being heartbroken. She said she wanted to give up. First of all, I think that everybody feels that way. So no one ever has to, I hope no one ever feels like they're alone in that, because everybody's felt that at some point, and maybe even some still feel it. But I was moved so much by her post. She said that she'd given up on trying in the Department of Love because she'd been cheated on, she'd been left, she'd been lied to, she'd been used. And when I read that, I was like, oh, like my whole chest caved in. I was like, oh my God, please don't feel like that, baby girl. And you know, it just moved me because I saw myself in that post. I saw so many bad decisions that I've made, so many things that I've done for love and because of love that were to my detriment. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, if looking at this young lady's post, she said, everyone that I've been with have done these same things. I've been lied on, cheated on, left, and used. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, Michelle, whenever you see a pattern like that in your own life, if different people start to treat you the same way and you have the same outcome in every relationship, you've got to look at what your thought process is. You got to look at what your decisions are. You've got to look at what continuously brings you to this place of pain. So what I noticed is this. At 38, I have just realized, I am just now starting to realize what I'm worth. And once I started realizing what I was worth, a lot of people got cut out of my life. And it's not because I hate them, it's not because I'm angry, but it's because I just will not accept anything less than what I know I deserve. And it took me some time to get to this because the way I was raised, you know, you got to be selfless. You can't be, you know, arrogant. You got to be giving and loving and forgiving at all times. However, you're depleting yourself. You're depleting who you are on the inside, and you're not getting fed what you need to get fed, because there is no self-worth in that type of mindset. There is no self-esteem in that type of mindset. Yes, you can be confident about things, because when you do things repetitiously, like at a job, I can be confident at a job if I do it every day. I can be confident in my writing because I love to do it. I can be confident in a lot of things, but as far as the self is concerned, as far as Michelle is concerned, I saw Michelle in that writing from that young lady this morning, because for so many years I experienced unnecessary pain because I wanted to love the person. Some people need you and they don't love you. They feel like they love you because they need you. But once they don't need you anymore, they'll realize that they never did. If you can say that 7 times, I'll give you $100 real fast. But I thought it's so profound. Jay-Z said, and I think I mentioned this before, that, no, I haven't actually. Jay-Z said in one of his songs, he said, you'll find out who a person really is when they have exactly what you have. And I didn't get that. I didn't understand it. But for what this young lady was dealing with, what she went through, it triggered me. It was like I felt it, right? And I just wanted to, like, extend the most compassion that I could and empathy toward this young lady, because I understand what it is to be there. I understand what it is to be in a space where you can't find the connection you're looking for. For example, I think it was in 2012, when I started visiting affirming churches in this area. And when I went there, I was so excited. Oh, to find people that were like me, people that loved God, people that needed God, people that were confident enough to be themselves in front of the world and in front of God. Because if you're not naked, then you're not really, you're not existing. That's for another topic. But anyway, so I began to, socialize, go to these churches and everything. But just because I wanted to love people, just because I wanted to belong, it didn't mean that that was my community. Even family, think about it. Just because you love them does not mean that they deserve your vulnerability. When I began to start understanding what I was worth, I started looking at the things that I was accomplishing. I started looking at the things that I had gone through and made it through. I actually realized that with my therapist. And I will always advocate for therapy, because it is the most profound way to have a mirror in front of you. Like, a therapist is a mirror, a real, actual, very honest and revealing mirror, right? I didn't understand, or I wasn't aware of my worth until I started talking to her. And I'm like, wait, I'm about to cry. I had all these people around me who could not see me. And they couldn't see me because they needed me. And that's the thing, like those women that young lady was dating, they needed her. They needed somewhere to stay. They needed somewhere to lay their head. They needed somebody to care for them. But once they didn't need it anymore, they left. People will exhaust all of your resources, financial, emotional, spiritual, mental, when they only need you and they don't love you. A lot of times people confuse need with love, right? I might need you to stay here and help me with this situation, but I don't really care about what you have to do or what it's going to do to you. I just need you to fulfill my desires, Michelle. I don't care what you have going on. I don't care that you're busy. I don't care that you're just, you're working on something or you have needs yourself. I remember one of my a former friend, I was going through something really tough. And I called her, and I would call her often, and I'd be like, oh my God, this is what's happening. And one day she said, can we talk about something else? Wait a minute. Hold on. I had been on the phone with this girl, my friend, for hours when she had problems. I would be there no matter what when she had problems. But when I needed her, it was like, why are you here? That is the best example that I can make of someone needing you and not loving you. Those are two totally separate things. And the way we're raised as Black women, we're raised to be submissive. We're raised to just give. You got to take care of the kids. You got to take care of the house. You got to go to church. You got to make sure you go take care of your boss at work. Got to make sure you take care of everybody at work. That's too much. It's a lot. No. What about you? What are you worth? What do you deserve? When I start to recognize what I was worth, y'all, let me tell you, folks disappeared out of my life, and it was on purpose. Because once I realized that I was worth more than what I was giving out, I was just like, I don't think, no, this is not going to work anymore, because it's just not equal. It's not equitable. And that's one of the words that my therapist would tell me all the time. She said, Michelle, do you have equitable relationships? I mean, does everybody take from you and that's it? And I, sometimes I get a little frustrated with my therapist. That's all right. You're supposed to. But I'm grateful for it. I didn't know how giving I was. I didn't know I was giving too much. I didn't know how smart I was. Yes, I'm confident. Yes, I have to be confident to do any of this. but my confidence is in God. It's like, Lord, yep, I don't have the strength to do this. I need yours. That's what you see. If you know me and you see any strength in me, it's God. But then God was like, I need you to come on and level up. I need you to put some weight on yourself and start lifting so you can understand that you deserve more. Lift that perception and make it heavier on you so that you can start to develop a sense of self-worth that's going to benefit you in a healthy way. I was tired of exhausting myself. I was tired of giving and giving and giving, and nobody gave back, right? And the thing is that sometimes people have it in their mind, oh yeah, I'm a friend to Michelle. Oh yeah, I gave to Hershey's. No, you didn't. You've got to come up with that formula for yourself. You've got to realize that, is this a fruit that I want to bear? Is this a fruit that I would take in? Is this relationship something that I can consume and live off of? Is this connection consumable? Right? And if I'm just giving and giving and giving, God's like, hey, when you gonna realize that you don't have to do that? I didn't make you to be a vessel to men. I made you to be my vessel. Right? Whew. But that's what we do. We lay ourselves down in front of people because we love them. We lay ourselves in front of people for them to use us as in any way, shape, or form, because we think that is love, but it is not. It's an arrangement. It's an entanglement. For the most part, I just want to make sure that I'm aware of what I'm worth. I am smart. I am beautiful. Oh, I've never had a problem there. That I never thought anything less. I am giving. I am honorable. I am compassionate, empathetic. I am driven. Like you've got to start to rehearse those things that you see in yourself. So then when you start to rehearse those things, they become attached qualifications that's going to produce a boundary for other people to have to go around in order to get to your vulnerable space. You've got to have boundaries, and when you don't, you're going to be used. You're going to be taken for granted. You're going to be cheated on. You're going to have all these things that's going to happen to you. But just because you love people, just because you love a person, it does not mean that they deserve you. And you're praying and asking God, why can't I get a relationship, Jesus? God, why can't I get the man of my dreams or the woman of my dreams? And God's like, well, when you realize what it is that you're worth, and I can send it to you. But if you don't, you won't be able to see it, Michelle. When I started to realize what it was that I was worth, all those things that I say those things to myself every day, I started to attract people that didn't need anything from me and were kind, just period. And let me tell you, it's worth it. It is. It is worth it. And to think, all this time, I had not reached this level of awareness or peace because I was loving people that tried to define me through the way that they treated me. And then I, in turn, because I loved them, thought that they could see me, but they could not because they didn't love me. They just needed me. So you got to ask yourself a question. Am I fulfilling a need, or am I being loved by this person? It's hard. It's tough. It's heavy. It's going to be uncomfortable, but you've got to do it. But it's worth it. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Please check out my website, agirlaftergodsheart.com. And I also just created a Facebook forum to post all these videos and stuff so I can have people come in and tell me how they feel about everything. I'm just excited. It's called the Queer Quiet Corner. It's on Facebook. You can join. I'll invite you, or I'll let you in. It's for people of all religions, people of all cultures. The queer community, I think, is in the space that it's in now because there is no connection. And we need to connect. But anyway, that's it for me today. You guys have a good rest of your weekend. All right, bye-bye.